Welcome to Pastor Andrew's Inspirations. If you enjoy these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Welcome to our online church, a congregation made up of many from around the world. No offering is necessary. Subscribing and watching videos will keep us alive under God's watchful eye. Today we will be talking about biblical names starting with H, Part 9. This part consists of 3 sections. This is Section B. Hazael continued. Hazael is first mentioned by name in 1 Kings chapter 19. God tells Elijah, the prophet of God, to anoint Hazael king over Syria. Years after this, the Syrian king Ben-Hadad II, probably identical to Hadadezer, mentioned in the Teldan Stele, was ill and sent his court official Hazael with gifts to Elijah's successor, Elisha. Elisha told Hazael to tell Hadadezer that he would recover. And he revealed to Hazael that the king would recover, but would die of other means. He also foretold that Hazael would commit atrocities against the Israelites. Hazael rejects that he is capable of committing such deeds. The next day he returned to Damascus, smothered Hadadezer, and seized power himself. During his reign, 842 to 800 BCE, King Hazael led the Arameans in battle against the forces of King Jehoram of Israel and King Ahaziah of Judah. After defeating them at Ramoth Gilead, Hazael repelled 2 attacks by the Assyrians, seized Israelite territory east of the Jordan River, and the Philistine city of Gath. Although unsuccessful, he also sought to take Jerusalem. In 2 Kings chapter 12, Hazael's death is mentioned in 2 Kings chapter 13. A monumental Aramaic inscription revealed at Tel Dan is seen by most scholars as having been erected by Hazael after he defeated the kings of Israel and Judah. Recent excavations at Tel Esafi and Tel Gath have revealed vivid evidence of the siege and subsequent conquest of Gath by Hazael. The obliteration of the settlement at Tel Zeta during the 9th century may also be the result of Hazael's campaign. King Joash of Judah anticipated Hazael's invasion by bribing him with treasure from the royal palace and temple. Decorated bronze plaques from chariot horse harness taken from Hazael, identified by their inscriptions, have been found as regifted votive objects at 2 Greek sites, the Heraion of Samos and in the Temple of Apollo at Eretria on Euboea. The inscriptions read, "That which Hadad gave to our Lord Hazael from in the year that our Lord crossed the river." The river must be the Orontes. The triangular front pieces show a master of the animals, gripping inverted sphinxes or lions in their either hand, and with goddesses who stand on the heads of the lions. When Tiglath-Pileser III took Damascus in 733, these heirlooms were part of the loot that fell eventually into Greek, probably Euboean hands. A set of ivory bed decorations were found in 1928. in Arslan Tash in northern Syria by a team of French archaeologists. Among them is the Arslan Tash ivory inscription in Aramaic language that carries the name Hazael. This bed seems to have belonged to King Hazael of Aram Damascus. The inscription is known as Kai 232. Also, some fragmentary ivories mentioning Hazael were found in Nimrud in Iraq. Hazael. Hazael is a figure mentioned in passing in Nehemiah chapter 11 as an ancestor of Maaseiah, a notable leader of the tribe of Judah in Yehud Madanath. Hazarmaveth. Hazarmaveth is the third of 13 sons of Joktan, who was a son of Eber, son of Shem in the table of the sons of Noah. In Genesis chapter 10 and 1 Chronicles chapter 1 in the Bible. This table of nations lists claimed founders of neighboring ethnic groups or nations. Genesis chapter 10 reads, And Joktan hath begotten Almodad, or Almodad, and Shelef, and Hazarmaveth, and Jerah. Hazarmaveth, also transcribed Hazarmaweth, means dwelling of death, and it is composed of two parts in Hebrew, Hazar meaning dwelling or court, and Maveth or Mawet meaning death. In the Ethiopic version, the name is Hazramot. Scholars of Semitic languages have related the name to the ancient region of Hadramaut in the modern southern Arabian nation of Yemen. And undeniably, one of the other sons of Joktan is Sheba, the name of an ancient southern Arabian kingdom. Hazelelponi. Hazelelponi is a biblical woman mentioned in 1 Chronicles chapter 4. Xenophon was named after her. Hazelelponi was a daughter of a man named Etam, and thus a descendant of Judah. She was also a sister of Jezreel, Ishma, and Idbash of the tribe of Judah. Under the name Zeloponith, she is referred to in rabbinical sources. Midrash Numbers Rabbah Naso 10 and Baba Batra 91a as being the wife of Manoah and mother of Samson, the famous judge. According to the ancient rabbinic tradition, Hazelelponi was married to Manoah. She also had a daughter called Nishyan or Nishan. Hazel. Hazel was the son of Nahor and Milcah in Genesis chapter 22. Heber. Heber the Canaanite was, according to the book of Judges in the Bible, a descendant of Reuel the Midianite, the father-in-law of Moses. He had separated himself and his wife Jael from the other Canaanites and pitched their tent in the plain of Zanaim, which is near Kadesh, in the tribal territory of Naphtali. Heber lived approximately during the 12th century BC in the Hula Valley, known as Zanam of northern Israel, during the time of the Israelite judges. According to Jack Sasson, there are reasons to doubt whether the events narrated in Judges 4 ever occurred. The Hebrew. The terms Hebrews and Hebrew people are mostly reflected equal with the Semitic-speaking Israelites. especially in the pre-monarchic period when they were still nomadic. However, in some occurrences, it may also be used in a wider sense, referring to the Phoenicians or the other ancient groups, such as the group known as Shasu or Yahweh on the eve of the Bronze Age collapse, which appears 34 times within 32 verses of the Hebrew Bible. It is sometimes regarded as a name of a given ethnic group and sometimes not. This was a biblical name starting with H Part 9, Section B. Please stay tuned for Section C, continuing with the Hebrew story. If you like these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Adonai Nisi, the Lord is our banner. God's blessings be upon us all.